Okay, guys, welcome back to another video. I am here with Markus, one of my students inside the six-figure Accelerator program. And Markus is kind enough to take some time out of his productive Monday to sit down with me and just kind of explain his journey so far, right? So Markus started with me probably around 2 to 2.5 months ago. You kind of spent a month just kind of like learning about the agency space and how to get started. Then you started everything and you're in a position now where you're making about 1.5K US dollars per month, which for you, Markus, right, is way more than you were making before. Which we'll get into that now. Markus, you can kind of just explain to the people watching, like where you're from and what you were kind of making in your 9 to 5 job, and now how you've kind of built your agency to this level and what those differences have been.
So, hi everybody. As Adam has said, my name is Markus. I'm 18 years old. About like 2 or 3 months ago, I was working a 9 to 5 job on a local gas station, and I was making only 400 euros from that. I was working 12 hours every single day, doing every single kind of job, standing behind the counter, being a guy who lifts up heavy weights like 80 kilograms for myself, 12 hours every single day with no breaks at all. Capitalism and all the things. But one day I was scrolling through my TikTok page, as I said in testimonial. I met Adam there. I started getting interested in marketing and SMMA, and that's when I decided to buy a course. I actually at first didn't have enough money to do it, and I had to save up some for the course because I had my own problems, of course, and everything like that. So I bought the course. 1 month has passed. I didn't do completely anything because I didn't have time for that. I thought that it wouldn't be possible for me. But then one day, just something like, and I decided to do it. So I was learning only for a month, completely learning for a month. I left my job because I couldn't do it anymore. And I just started learning everything. And in a month, I'm already making 1.2K. I would actually say that's a bit lucky for me because I'm not that great at marketing. And most of the job is doing my girlfriend, actually. I hired her as my first team member, and she actually has been in SMM sphere for like a lot. So I decided to give her the most job, and I started doing all the mechanical stuff for my business, keeping my business automated so I could work less. But I'm still calling to my clients and doing like 50% of the job myself.
Okay, cool, man. Cool. And like you said, you spent the time learning, you obviously have to put in that time at the start. And then obviously for you, it was a quick journey, right? It was a quick 1 month of just doing outreach, reaching out to businesses, like you said, taking some calls. And then you got, I think it was 3 clients that you got pretty quickly, which again is probably not the norm. Most people take a little bit longer to get that amount of clients. Most people take maybe a month to get 1 client, whereas you were able to get 3 in that time span, which is amazing. And again, obviously you came from that setting where if someone's listening to this from the US, right, and they hear that, hey, you're making 1.2K euro or 1.5K US, that may not be huge money in the US. But when we look at, where you're from, right, which is in Europe, in a country where it's, the average wage is pretty low, like that's amazing, and especially to have gone from the 400 a month working at the gas station to now 1.2K euro is quite the transformation. And in terms of like the service then, Markus, that you offer to your clients, what exactly is it? Is it social media management or is it something different?
I actually do 2 things. Here's my notebook.
Nice.
Yeah. So I offer paid traffic, like Facebook advertising. I do it myself. And I do myself also copywriting. My girlfriend takes the social media management and content creation. Okay. So we decided to split up like that. So I do the automated work and she does all the content.
Cool, man. And with the clients that you have then, let's say with social media, like do you post once a day for them? Is it like a set number of pieces of content each month, or what kind of setup is that?
We post like 2 posts, 2 posts every 2 days, 1 post every day, and a couple of stories.
Cool.
So yeah.
Okay, gotcha, man. Solid. Yeah, that's like the kind of the norm, right? For most pages is 1 post a day on the feed, and then a couple of stories to keep it engaged. And do you have like a set strategy when it comes to outreach, Markus? So like, how did you get these first 3 clients, was it all different, or was it like one specific way of outreach?
No, it wasn't a specific way to outreach. Like I said, I was lucky. I think I was lucky. I
Mm-hmm.
decided that I wouldn't do like, hey, my name is Markus, I'm from tension company, like something official. I decided to do informal. I
Mm-hmm.
just started straight up voice messages, because when I feel like a business sees a voice message, he's definitely gonna like respond or at least listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you say something like informal, super informal, they may just think you're a bot or something,
Yeah.
and that's might not get attention. So actually, I did voice messages, and I think that's the best thing to outreach people.
Interesting. Okay, man. Okay. And what I really like there is that you didn't do the, hey, my name is Marcus, I'm a social media marketer, and I'll help you with X, Y, and Z, because that's what everyone does. Like
Yeah,
that is what 90% of people do when they're starting this. And like that's not what you should do. If you're watching this, do not do that. Take my advice, take Marcus's advice. Do not send those messages. Voice messages can be super powerful, like you said, because they'll see the message and they see it's a voice, whereas they can't actually see your message until they listen to it. So they have to listen to your message.
yeah,
Whereas with that text, if they get that big text and they see all these big paragraphs, they're just going to delete that. Like that's going straight to the bin. They're not going to look at it. So yeah, I think that's awesome, man. And in terms of like a niche, do you have like a set niche, like a type of client that you work with, or are the 3 clients in different industries?
Actually, my whole niche is called personal development niche
Mm,
industry. So that contains like coaches,
mm-hmm,
schools, online
mm-hmm,
courses, and something. And I have 3 clients. First one is gym coach.
mm-hmm,
Second is English school,
mm-hmm.
English online school. And the third one is a website that helps other students to do their homework for them. So, and I decided to pick exactly this niche because I have whole lot of medals from sports here, and that was pretty interesting to me. I spent 12 years in sports industry,
Mm-hmm.
and since the first grade, my GPA has been, I don't know what about Ireland, but max here in Latvia, you can get is at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Mine has been always been like 9.3. So I
Okay.
have
Yeah.
always been as straight A students. That's why I decided to pick this niche. And it's been going pretty good for me.
Yeah, for sure, man. And
Yeah.
that's something we talk about in the program, right? It's finding your niche. It's not the easiest thing to do. It takes a bit of time, and a lot of times when you're starting off, it's very confusing. You're like, who do I work with? Very, very hard to make that decision. But like you have done, that's such a good approach. You look at your interests, you look at what do you know a lot about, but also when it comes to, you said, right, you were a straight A student, you could
Mhm.
then obviously relate to that business owner where they're trying to get students from a C or a D to straight A. So obviously that works because you can relate to their clients, which is a really, really key part of a niche. You need to be able to relate to the customers that client wants to get. Because if you can do that, it's just easy, right? It's easy to show them that
Yeah,
you know what you're speaking about.
exactly.
And you mentioned there, Marcus, that you spend a lot of time now kind of automating the business, right? So more on the
Yeah.
mechanical side of building out the systems. Is there any examples of systems that you could share with us that you've either built or that you're going to build in like the next couple of months that you think will really help you free up more time?
Yeah. So right now, my main priority is to build a team.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the most important thing for me because I want to do the big job, take all the risks,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to do a small job like creating content. For me,
Yeah.
it's a small job.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that. So I want to hire some freelancers to
Mm-hmm.
make them do that job for me. So that is the main thing I'm working on right now. I
Nice.
have already hired my girlfriend, and she already makes more than she was like just a freelancer. So that's why, yeah. And I want to make just more workspaces for people. I know that's like some Jeff Bezos thing of I could said, but I just want to make people. I want to make other people really happy about that. That they can work, they could free some time up, they can just work for a business that pays them more than they were on Fiverr, for example.
Nice, man. It's a good one to have, because making money is cool, right? It's
Mhm.
cool. Everybody likes to make
Yeah,
money. You have more money to spend on whatever you want to spend. But
yeah,
what you mentioned there is really key because it's more of like the bigger picture. You don't want to just
yeah,
make the money. You want to make the money and you want to empower people and you want to help them make more money, which I think is really cool. It's very commendable as well. So shout out to you on that one, man. A lot of people get fixated just on the money, and money is not everything. You know, it's
Yeah.
great, but it's really about that bigger picture. And so like going, you know, in the next, let's say 3 months, Marcus, what are your big goals? So obviously it's build out a team, get more people in, doing the content, maybe even running ads, you know, to maybe free up a bit of your
Mhm.
time, and kind of like what's next, you know, are you trying to hit a certain like revenue mark per month, or what kind of goals do you have?
So my first milestone is 5K viewers a month. That's
Mm-hmm.
my first milestone in my business. Then of course 10K, 15K, and all the above.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's like the most thing. And the second thing I want to do is to help my family. It's not about the business anymore, like
Mm-hmm.
my other goal. I want to help my family because we have lived not in a good place, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to make them happy, make them proud of me. Like I think you can relate to that you want to
Mm.
make your parents proud of you. So I want to hit 5K, and then I want to hit I want to make my parents proud. That's like 3 months lifespan, I
I,
think.
I like, man. I like it, man. That's good. That's good. And again, it's bigger than you, right? It's the money, but it's also that bigger goal of helping out your family, which like that's the beauty of this business. You have the availability to do that. Is it easy? No, not easy at all. It takes hard work, right? You said in your video, actually, right? You've got to put in the work. You know, you don't join a program like this, or you don't start a business like this to get rich overnight. It's not how it happens.
Yeah.
It's you
Mhm.
learn the basics, you learn the knowledge from us, you get our coaching, and then you get to a point where you can make the money. But you've got to put in that work like you did. So yeah, that's the most important part, man. And interesting that you work with like a lot of personal development businesses, because I would feel that for you on your journey, like starting off, right, it was probably a lot that you had to go through, right? So going from quitting the job to starting this, to getting the money to start this, and then to actually like put in the work every day, like there's probably a lot of doubts, right? Like a lot of doubts, mindset issues, things that came up. So like
Yeah.
feel free if you want to share some of those with us, or if you want to share kind of like how you got over those. Was there anything you did each day, or was it just a process of just putting in the work?
Actually, I had a lot of businesses before SMMA. I tried something, YouTube channels.
Mm-hmm.
I remember once I sold Spotify subscriptions because I found a system there that's like not too good. So I decided to
Mm-hmm.
take opportunity there. I worked also as an affiliate marketing before SMMA. Actually, I was talking with Adam about this. He said that, nah, don't do it. No, I'm joking, of course. But yeah, after talking to you, I decided to look some more into SMMA, decided to maybe try. And that was also the time when my girlfriend started doing the same thing, but
Mm.
SMM. So I was looking at her. She was actually making money. So I said, why shouldn't I take it a lot bigger? And then I was working. My thoughts only were about the business that I
Mm.
could make. But the problem was, like you said, I had to save up some money, and I was saving money for about 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just decided, like, if it's not gonna work, then it's not gonna work. It's fine. I'll find something other.
Yeah.
And boom, I decided to buy it.
Boom.
Yeah. Then uh, I was, I don't want to lie, but I was working maybe 9 hours on the program when I actually started working. I
Mm-hmm.
was working 9 to 10 hours every single day on my business on the program. And there's a
Mm-hmm.
big difference when you work for 12 hours for someone you don't
Mm-hmm.
know who,
Yeah.
and when you work 10 hours for yourself and you know what can you do, you know that you can make it big and it's gonna scale up. So that
Yeah, I
thing,
like that.
yeah, yeah, that motivated me a lot. And here I am right now.
Hey, there you go, man. There you go. Like you said, it's different, right? You can work for
Yeah,
someone else, and you like that you put in 10 hours a day, but putting it into your own business does not feel like 10 hours. It
sure.
really
Yeah.
does not feel like 10 hours. Like if you hate your business, it's going to feel like 10 hours. But when you're starting it off and you're building everything from the ground up, like that's really fun. You know, like it's fun to work 5, 6, or even 10 hours a day, because you're building something for the future. You know, you're not just working for a paycheck at the end of the month. You're working for a paycheck at the end of the month, plus a paycheck next month and next month and next month, because you're building, like you're doing, a team, systems, and all the things that you need to do, right, to build a real long-term business. So yeah, man, I think a lot of people can relate to that. You know, a lot of people I speak to have done a lot of things, affiliate marketing. They've tried drop shipping, they've traded Forex or crypto or some other vehicle that can work, but they usually require a lot of money. And to be honest, in my experience, they're just not as sustainable, right? Not as long term as a business like this. So yeah, awesome, man. And like in terms of, you know, advice you have for people, I know in your video you did give some advice of like, you know, just if you're going to do something like this, you have to commit to it. You've got to put in the work, and there's no shortcut around that. Do you have any other kind of advice for people that want to start? Maybe they're in the same scenario you were in, right? So they weren't making too much money. They really don't like working the job they're in. What should they do, in your opinion, if they want to start this off? Do they need to work on their mindset, or do they need to just take the leap and, you know, join a program like this?
Yeah, so mindset is a big thing, but the best advice I could give is just trust into yourself. Because if you're not going to trust into yourself, then nobody will trust in you.
Yeah.
You'll just fail if you don't trust in yourself. That's actually connects to every other business, not only SMMA, such as dropshipping, affiliate marketing. You will probably have some moments when like, I can do this anymore, this doesn't work, I just want to give up.
Yeah.
But then yourself like hit yourself and say, no, I can't do this. I started this self. I trust in myself, and I can make this work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it, man. Love it. It's all about the self-belief. Nobody is going to motivate you. Nobody is going to pick you up when you're feeling bad. Like you said, you gotta do that yourself. You got to tell yourself, I can do this. I will do this, and I'm going to do it. And then you'll make it happen.
Sure.
Yeah, man. That's some good stuff right there. And just to recap for people, you know, Markus has done this very quickly, right? This is not the norm, right? If you were to start an SMMA business, it may take you way longer, right? You may not get your first client for 1 month. He got 3 very, very quickly. So amazing work on his part. He likes to say it was luck. I don't think it was luck. I think he had the right mindset. He put in the work, and he just followed the plan that we gave him. But yeah, guys, if you do want to speak with Markus, we'll probably link his Instagram somewhere on this video, maybe down in the description. Give him a follow, have a look at what he's doing, reach out to him. He'll probably give you some advice as well if you're just starting off. And apart from that, thank you for watching, guys. And Markus, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me here, and bye, guys.
Cool.